Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So, if you're a baby boomer and grew up in the 60s, you probably remember listening to Neil Sedaka sing, "Breaking Up is Hard to Do." I'm not talking about relationships, I'm talking about something else. So many years later, baby boomers are still singing those blues, but this time it's not about breaking off a relationship with a young teenage romance. Rather, it's about parting with family home, the treasured contents inside of that home that you've collected for the past 30 or 40 years. You've accumulated more than you ever imagined during that time. And as you begin the process of decluttering and downsizing, you're probably completely overwhelmed and you have no idea where to begin. So it is hard to break up with your stuff, but you're not alone. Actually, there's 76,000 baby boomers in the United States, and each day for the next 10 years, 10,000 baby boomers will turn 65. And as we enter this next phase of our lives, many of us are choosing to downsize to a smaller, more manageable home. We're ending our love-hate relationship with the yard, the snow removal, the leaf raking, and other chores that prevent us from pursuing the dreams that are aligned with what matters most to us during this third act. So if you've made the decision to break up with your family home and much of its beloved contents, at some point you'll likely ask, why is it so hard to let go of my stuff? Number one, memories. While downsizing, you discovered sentimental reminders of special people, moments, happy times in your lives, and you're afraid to let go of them because you're afraid the memories will fade. For me, it was always my dad's alarm clock. I heard him winding that little clock, to get up and provide for our family. It was very difficult to let that go. And someone you love might have given you something. So that's also one of those sentimental attachments that we have. And you feel guilty about letting go of it because getting rid of something like that, you fear that you're going to insult the one who gave it to you. So at one point, my grandmother gave me an old Victrola chest, and it was not very pretty at all, and it didn't fit in our smaller home. But I ended up making a baby changer of it because that was the time of our lives, and I couldn't afford a baby changer, so I made the Victrola chest a baby changer. Another reason is you spent good money on it. You feel guilty when you waste money on something that you bought. Over the years, I've bought expensive things that I wish that I hadn't spent that money on. One particular one was a hot pink jacket, silk jacket that I loved to look at it, but it didn't look good on me, and it certainly, wasn't worth that kind of money. Another one is you might need it someday. You prolong or you procrastinate about letting go of something because you just might need it. It's just in case items. When you think about outdated appliance manuals, maybe the appliance is 25 years old, it's ready to go, but you still have the appliance manual. Another one is you attach your hopes and your dreams to possessions. These are aspirational. You haven't yet accomplished something, but you might someday. You might lose that weight so you can fit into those skinny jeans again. Or you procrastinate or postpone decisions. You get overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, so you get started and then you get stuck. And decluttering or downsizing is a process, and it does take time. Another one is I might want to have it someday. So our parents' generation passed stuff down to us. You may have welcomed it when you first were building your nest. For the most part, now the kids just don't need all that stuff, and they really don't want it. So bottom line is, let's get real. So reality number one is our kids are living in smaller spaces, more urban environments oftentimes, and maybe they will never have large homes like we once did. They don't want our stuff. Hard to hear, but it's true. The reality number two is many of us are embarrassed by how much stuff we have and how wasteful maybe we've been, or at least, if you want that simpler, less cluttered life, we will need to let go of a lot of that stuff. Reality number three, it's overwhelming and many of us have no idea where to start. My 4 top favorite tips on how to let go of stuff. Number 1, take photos of those hard to let go items, write a story about it, and create a Shutterfly album. Number 2 is to give it to someone who needs it or wants it. It may not be your kids who want it. Maybe it's a friend or a family member or someone in need. Number 3 is legacy-based approach. So give a gift to your kids by dealing with this stuff right now while you have time before it's too late. And number 4 is repurpose your stuff. Make a quilt out of clothing and give it as a gift to your grandchildren. So it may have been their grandfather's shirt. The grandfather's now passed on, but now they might have a special quilt or pillow. And while downsizing and decluttering, keep your vision alive for the lifestyle that you want in your third act. More time to experience family, friends, and grandchildren. Ask yourself these questions. When did you last use it or wear it? Does it add value to your life? Is it worth the space, time, effort to take care of it? Will it sit in a box, or should I deal with it right now? And does it align with my vision for a simple, less cluttered life? So breaking up with your stuff is hard to do, but if you want to make room for that simpler, less cluttered life, it's well worth the time and energy to have that life that you really want and the one that you really love. So I hope that this helps. Just a little bit of a reminder that downsizing and decluttering is not an easy thing. Breaking up with your stuff is not easy, but it'll be well worth it in the long run.